Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Bowling Green officer is still recovering following a shooting last week. And after a deadly motorcycle crash early yesterday morning, police are warning everyone to be cautious while driving this summer.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:30 on July 11th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, we've talked about the fog, but also the temperatures. It is chilly out there.
It's like the old Christmas song, baby, it's cold outside this morning, especially for July. So again, we're looking at some cooler than average temperatures, some patchy dense fog. So we're going to continue to watch that this morning. Let's take a look at the visibility numbers real quick. We're not going to show you this a whole lot because these sensors are up on the mountain. So they're not picking up on a lot like they did when they had the dense fog advisory the other day. But you're still seeing some fog in some of these sheltered valleys. So be careful of that this morning. Harlan, Williamsburg dealing with that. Mount Vernon, not so much down along I-75. There you see not too much traffic on the interstate as well this morning in Rockcastle County, but cool temperatures. Looking at 59 Irvin, 59 Somerset, Manchester 2, 57 Hazard, Williamsburg, Middlesboro 55, Wise, Jonesville 52 in Clintwood, 64 on the other end of the scale there in Moorhead, and not Moorhead, Jackson and down toward Monticello. Moorhead's at 63. Dew Point's starting to cool off a little bit. Look at Clintwood, 45. That's pretty chilly over that way this morning, especially when dew points are in the 50s. Only a couple of 60s out there this morning. So it's going to be a comfortable day, even though it's going to be a warmer day. Have a little bit of frosted weather wheats this morning for breakfast and get up and get moving. Temperatures upper 50s, low 60s. Sunshine's going to warm us up pretty quickly as we head into the afternoon hours. Olivia?
The search continues for a missing swimmer in Laurel County. We are told a young man was swimming with his friends and disappeared after jumping in the water at Laurel River Lake on Friday. Search crews were on the water using underwater equipment and divers to search for the swimmer. They have also used a scent searching canine. Police in Laurel County are asking for your help to find another missing man this morning. Gary Bowling was last seen off County Farm Road 2 miles west of London on his way to Laurel Lake. He was driving a silver GMC Canyon truck and was wearing a tan jungle hat, t-shirt, yellow swimming trunks, and black Nike flip-flops. If you have seen him, you are asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600 or 606-878-7000. A golden alert is out in Pulaski County. The Sheriff's Office is looking for 32-year-old Joshua Sims. He has developmental cognitive brain disorder and is a ward of the state. The Sheriff's Office says he was last seen at the Valero station in Rockcastle County at 461 Food Stop. He was last seen wearing a white sleeveless t-shirt, khaki cargo shorts, and a black cap. Authorities say he is a danger to himself and others, particularly children. If you have any information about his whereabouts, you're asked to call state police. A juvenile is charged with murder after a shooting in one southern Kentucky county. State police say the shooting happened Sunday night outside a home on Wagon Ridge Road in McCreary County. They say 36-year-old Robert Lowe Jr. was arguing with another adult when he was shot by a minor. State police arrested the boy and charged him with murder. He is now being held at the Adair County Youth Development Center. The Bowling Green Police Department says the officer who was shot last week at a car mart is still being treated for his injuries. After the shooting, Matt Davis was rushed into surgery and was listed in critical but stable condition. Kentucky State Police say the Warren County coroner pronounced a man dead at the medical center in Bowling Green. It is unclear who the man was and how he died. Authorities have released very little information. One person is dead after an officer-involved shooting in northern Kentucky. It happened yesterday on Glenway Avenue in Covington. Police say the responding officer got into a violent struggle with the suspect. One witness says the man tackled the officer and reached for his gun. The officer then shot him. He later died at the hospital. The officer had minor injuries and he has been placed on administrative leave while state police investigate. State and local leaders broke ground on a new law enforcement training center in Richmond, named in honor of fallen Sheriff's Deputy Jody Cash. He died in the line of duty last May and was serving the Callaway County Sheriff's Office. The Jody Cash multipurpose training facility will be more than 42,000 square feet. It will have a 50-yard, 30-lane firing range designed for specialized training. The new center will train law enforcement officers across Kentucky. Construction is expected to be completed in 2025. A special commissioner says a Southern Kentucky Circuit Court clerk should be fired. The Lexington Herald Leader states a report shows Pulaski Circuit Clerk J.S. Flynn failed to report a sexual relationship with an employee and retaliated against her when the relationship ended. It also says he harassed other women at the office. Flynn worked in the office under his grandfather and was appointed when his grandfather resigned. The state Supreme Court will now decide whether to remove Flynn. Flynn has denied most of the allegations against him. A crash involving two motorcycles on Highway 15 in Knott County left a Letcher County man dead early yesterday morning. Police are urging drivers and motorcyclists to always be alert, especially when switching lanes and turning. Police say they see an increase in motorcycle crashes during the summer months.
Usually when it warms up, we start seeing, like I said, more motorcycles on the road. Unfortunately, the more motorcycles on the road increases the chances of having some type of incident or accident. And usually, majority of the times, there's less there to keep us safe in the event of a collision. So we oftentimes see more severe injuries when it includes a motorcycle.
Gayhart says it is important to not only wear protective gear, but visible clothing. A Southern Kentucky community is mourning the death of two well-known members. Lewis Catron and his wife Carol died Friday. The Pulaski County Sheriff says it was an accident. Lewis's brother Sam Catron was the Pulaski County Sheriff and was killed in April of 2002. People say both Lewis and his wife Carol were extremely active, both in their family and in the community. Both were found dead inside their home. Police say a truck was left running in the garage, leading to carbon monoxide getting into the home.
They were just all American. I mean, they were involved with their church, they supported their church, they were involved in the community, and they just didn't talk it. I mean, they lived it.
Funeral services are set for 1 p.m. Thursday at Beacon Hill Baptist Church. A public visitation will be held at 5 p.m. Wednesday, also at the church. When the K-9 deputy in Martin County is working the streets, his vehicle is not equipped to transport anyone he may have to arrest. And an issue Thursday night brought a county partnership into question, sending the sheriff to Facebook to share his worries. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more.
Transport troubles in Martin County have officials looking for mediation.
It's never been a problem over the years. The first 8 years in office, they would come to us if they had to.
Sheriff John Kirk says the county's transportation workers recently began refusing to pick up arrested individuals on the scene.
None of them signed up for that. None of them signed up to be a deputy.
Jailer Bill Priest says a growing concern for on-scene safety has forced his hand, and his workers will not put themselves in the shoes they never agreed to fill, saying they are meant to transport from the courthouse to the jail.
We're not trained, we're not equipped, we're just, my people's safety is my #1 priority.
But Kirk says that just comes with the job, and the citizens of the county deserve to know they are taken care of with the taxes they pay.
Ambulance drivers take a risk, social workers take a risk. They go onto the scenes with my deputy. They go remove children from homes. They don't have weapons with them.
Priest and Kirk have met, sharing suggestions like reestablishing a full-time volunteer K-9 deputy role, placing the transport workers with a deputy during their shift when needed, using a different vehicle with a crate to transport the K-9 that isn't the office's specialized SUV, since it is the only cruiser not equipped for transport, or just hiring more deputies.
I can't put the comfort of a dog over the safety of my people.
But Kirk has not been able to fill his already open deputy positions, working with only 2 paid deputies. And he believes more money or medical insurance would be enough to entice applicants.
Give it to the sheriff's office, we'll hire more deputies, we'll have more deputies on the street, and we'll transport our own.
Priest says the office already has a pool of unused money, which was given to the sheriff for more hires in the recent budget. So his department is not the problem.
Because I know he's understaffed. I know they're struggling, you know, but he's got money. He's going to have to spend it.
But as they wait for a solution, Kirk is asking the county to make a few calls.
I'm hoping that the fiscal court will address this, that they will have these transport officers come to us when we need them.
In Martin County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Both men say it is a difference of opinion on running their departments, and they have nothing but love for the others. But something needs to be done to rectify the issue. Judge Executive Lon Lafferty says the fiscal court may decide to intervene, but he is hopeful that the agencies can find the solution. Some people living in Madison County say they're feeling relief after the destruction of chemical weapons at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Officials finished the destruction of 30,000 tons of weapons on Friday. The chemical weapons has been stored in Kentucky since the 1940s. Those we talked to say they had concerns about a chemical spill or accident at the depot.
It's a relief. We haven't seen any negative side effects, felt or heard any side effects. It's quiet most of the time over there. There's been some influx of personnel that move.
We are so relieved. This has been something that's been hanging over our heads my whole life. The scares, sometimes there would be leaks and we would hear about them, and just the fears that we had that something could happen.
Richmond's mayor says the nerve agent destruction process brought in a new Richmond exit off I-75, and that eventually attracted the Buc-ee's Travel Center, which brought in more jobs to the area. UK Healthcare is temporarily pausing its lung transplant program. Hillary Brown with UK says the pause will happen in August. It's a result of the lung transplant surgical director accepting a leadership position at another institution. The pause will impact about 75 transplant patients. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Barbie and Oppenheimer are setting up to be the best double feature for moviegoers in a long time.
And the mercury climb today as the sun continues to shine. A weather pattern could turn active, though, in the next few days. I have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.